Our universe spontaneously came into being from nothing, and it makes it plausible without supernatural shenanigans.
But isn't something out of nothing supernatural shenanigans?
No!
But isn't something out of nothing supernatural shenanigans?
No!
But isn't something out of nothing supernatural shenanigans?
No!
Look, let's give atheists the credit they deserve. They have been very effective in debunking mainstream religions, a lot of which are corrupt, a lot of which are full of shit, and we have to give credit to the atheists for that. But I think that the atheists became so hell-bent and effective in debunking religious bullshit that they mistook their model for debunking religion, i.e. the scientific method, as all there is to the universe. I'll give you an example. Proud pop science pusher Lawrence Crofts, an atheist, was on the Joe Rogan podcast recently.
Now, when you talk about the vastness of space, what's the going theory about what was going on before that?
One possibility, and the possibility that looks most plausible that I talked about, is our universe spontaneously came into being from nothing by quantum fluctuations. A space and time that did not exist, so our space and our time didn't exist, and there was no matter in the universe, and it suddenly popped into existence. Now, does that prove that that's what happened? No, but it makes it plausible. And it makes it plausible without supernatural shenanigans. And any time you can get rid of God, it's a good thing.
But isn't something out of nothing supernatural shenanigans?
No!
However, these quantum fluctuations that give birth to the universe, they can happen without a prior cause. Okay? Now, it's funny. Something from nothing without a prior cause. Joe Rogan actually asked Lawrence Cross, he actually asked him, he's like, well, isn't something from nothing supernatural nonsense? Superstitious supernatural nonsense? And that's the point.
But isn't something out of nothing supernatural shenanigans?
No!
What's crazy here is that Lawrence Cross basically said that our entire universe, even though we live in a mechanistic causal reality where science can observe patterns of causal mechanisms in our material reality and use that to get us to space, to come up with great advancements in medicine, to create cars and technology and all these wonderful things, despite how mechanistic our universe appears to be, fundamentally, it arose from a non-causal origin, where there was no prior cause. All right? When Jesus, cured the blind, a modern-day scientist would say that's not possible because there's no causal mechanistic explanation for how Jesus did it. Miracles are impossible, say the scientists, even though, according to Lawrence Cross, our universe arose without a prior cause, without a mechanistic cause to explain where it came from. It just poof. And Lawrence Cross says it himself. When Joe Rogan asks, isn't that superstitious, supernatural nonsense? And Lawrence Cross goes, no, because it happens every day.
But isn't something out of nothing supernatural shenanigans?
No! Because it happens all the time.
Well, forever, scientists, not even scientists per se, physicalists, have argued that something is supernatural because it cannot be explained through causal mechanistic processes. Well, isn't that an admission that our universe is a fucking miracle? Our scientists, at least Lawrence Cross, are now admitting today that our universe is about as supernatural and miraculous as a fucking tale out of the Bible of Jesus curing the blind just through the power of his fucking will. Because again, they'll say, oh, but Jesus curing the blind, that can't possibly be real, because if we investigated how Jesus did it, there wouldn't be a mechanistic explanation for it. It would be supernatural. It would be called a miracle. So what's happened with atheists, I think, is that the scientific method, which was so effective through causal mechanistic observations of debunking pseudoscience and fraud from religions, they've become obsessed with the scientific method. But the problem is that the scientific method can't possibly be all there is to explaining our universe, when according to Lawrence Cross, a pop science pusher, a deity among atheists, According to him, our universe can arise spontaneously from nothing without a prior cause. Atheists need to take a step back. Atheists need to realize that maybe religion is bullshit. Most religions are bullshit. But that doesn't necessarily mean that our universe isn't a fucking miracle. Because that Lawrence Krauss is basically pushing miracles. He's not saying, oh, we might figure it out one day. Maybe there is a mechanistic cause for how the universe arose, but we just haven't found it yet. I mean, I'm sure he's open to that possibility, but he says that he believes it's plausible that our universe arose spontaneously from nothing with no prior cause. That is the definition of a miracle. And when Joe Rogan asked, well, isn't that a supernatural, just a miracle, basically? Lawrence Krauss didn't deny that it's basically a supernatural miracle. He didn't deny it. Lawrence Krauss just said, well, no, because it happens every day. Well, just because it happens every day doesn't mean it's not a miracle. It is a fucking miracle. It is supernatural. By the definition that scientists have always used to describe supernatural phenomenon, Lawrence Krauss's explanation for where the universe came from is as supernatural and miraculous as you can get, because it cannot be explained through the traditional scientific model. Cannot be explained. Because there's no mechanism, there's no observable, mechanistic, causal cause for it. So my point is the scientific method may have shortcomings. My point is that maybe our reality is more complex than the scientific method allows, and maybe we have to expand the scientific method to include the possibility that our reality at a fundamental level is non-causal, spontaneous, which violates the physicalist model of the universe, the materialist, physicalist model of our reality. And that's powerful and that's fucking important. So, I think that's just an important video to make for y'all atheists out there. I commend you for debunking religious bullshit. I commend you for debunking religious bullshit. I commend you for being empirical in your analyses. But is the method, the model that you use to debunk things, a scientific method, limited? And if so, maybe you have to pull your head out from the scientific model, scientific method, and maybe observe life with a more open mind to see what's actually truly possible.
And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out some of my intelligence does not equal regurgitation t-shirts. Piss off your pseudoscientific, quote, atheist friends who think they know everything because they mindlessly regurgitate scientific consensus. Intelligence does not equal regurgitation t-shirts. Check them out. I'll put the link right here on screen. Take care, guys.